Good. Dreamer Cypher tonight. It is the 20th of January. It is our regular scheduled Wednesday aspect on my own. Hi, it looks like it's doing it again. Gotta love it. Thanks, Wi-Fi. Gotta love it. But Todd and Patrick, he's helping out his brother-in-law with some different things with a presentation that he has to put together. But it was interesting because we were talking in regards that as we have individuals that support what we're doing and allow us to come and live stream, our sponsors that are coming on and whatnot, one way to cross promote as we are doing our different things is by wearing the merch of the individuals. And so if you recall, I think it was middle of November, I believe, we had done a fine dining and cocktail tasting with Black Hat Distillery, which here's their merch here. I don't know I think the sign's right there, but give a shout out to Black Hat. And the reason that took place was because of our first sponsor that joined up with us and trusted us with the process and is going full bore with just doing different things for Two Native Sons and allowing us to get in contact, get connected, and really get in front of a lot of different individuals and whatnot. But that would be Jasper Axelrad, and we have Tabal's Food for Thought. And we've talked about it in regards with the creative collaboration group that she had as a brainchild. And it's just bringing people together in a very non-political environment. Everything is laid to the side and just coming together to collaborate and do big things in regards to helping others out. And I know we were supposed to last Thursday do the live stream for the business owners, but one of the content creators, collaborators that we had a family emergency. So we had to reschedule that. So that is being reworked to still do that and share that message and get the business owners to come out and highlight who they are. And surely this is one thing that I've talked about. This is something that I've brought up quite a few times is as a business owner, are you using social media to your advantage? A lot of times we still have a lot of people that have this idea that I'm going to separate and have a business and then my personal life over here. And the issue you run into is that doesn't allow you to make that connection with other individuals. People don't get to see who you are. They don't get to know the individual behind the business. And so you got to take advantage of social media. And so that's what Jasper, with what she's doing, got to give her a shout out for everything that she's doing. And like I said, sponsorship wise, any of your sponsors that you have, I would put Jasper up against your sponsors and she's going to outperform your sponsors just from what I see. And with her personality, her passion, her drive that she has in regards to doing that, I put her up against anybody, honestly. So because of what she's doing. And the beautiful thing is Saturday, we went and did a live stream with Dan Dreyfus, owner of Pies and Grinders. And I've shared this. So he did give the announcement in regards to the outcome of what took place when it was the gift card auction that he had set up to help local businesses. So he is a local business. And the beautiful thing is, I didn't know how long he'd been around, but he's been around with this shop, and his first shop was in Black Forest, was back in 2001. And so to see his drive, his passion as a small business owner to go and help other small businesses out, it's a beautiful thing. That collaboration coming together and figuring out what can we do for other small businesses. And so we had the pleasure, Jasper interviewed Dan, had Dan share the story and whatnot. Dan's a great guy, great owner and whatnot. So highly suggest go check out his pizza shop. He's got 3 locations, one in Colorado Springs, one in Black Forest, and then one in Monument. So local business with 3 spots. Such an awesome place. Pizza was delicious too. But the announcement with that aspect of the gift card auction, our silent auction raised $1,700, and we are ready to help a local business or 2. And so this is something that you can go check the Pies and Grinders Facebook page and see this post. And so if you know somebody has a small business and he's got some stipulations in regards to who he's looking to help, but if you know somebody that falls in this, I highly suggest, not highly suggest, I would say go do this. Go share this with that person that you know that could benefit from the help that Dan is providing. And so if you're a locally owned restaurant or know the owners of one who are struggling and could use a little help, reach out or tell them to reach out. Have them email piesandgrinders@gmail.com, PM our business page directly, or PM me, Dan Dreyfus, directly. We don't need a lot of information. A simple paragraph about them and what would help them will suffice. We only raise enough to help one business, maybe two. I know there's a laundry list that need help. We will keep coming up with ideas and finding ways to give back. Thank you to all that bid on the auction and continue to be part of family. Stay healthy, be safe, and eat more pizza. And so that's one of those things that through Jasper, here we go. Shout out to Jasper. Got to sit down and meet Dan and just to see his heart where it's at, helping small businesses, especially the restaurant industry. It's a beautiful thing. So like I said, if you go check out the Facebook page, but go check out his Facebook page for Pies and Grinders. I've shared it on my Facebook page in a couple of different groups. Go check it out. And anybody that you know that falls in that criteria that Dan's looking, share the individual. And then Dan said it's not much that has to be provided in regards to why support's being requested. But every little bit helps. And so this is a beautiful thing in regards to that aspect. And then had the opportunity yesterday, if you haven't seen it, went and met with Sherry, the owner of the Chicken Coop out in Black Forest. It's a bar. Beautiful location, great owner, great staff. This was also because of Jasper, but we were able to live stream and highlight Sherry as an owner and just some of the stories that she shared with that community. Man, it blew me away, and I think Jasper almost got to the point that she said she started crying, and so it's one of these things that, as two native sons, Jasper really has drilled down. She's like, what you guys are is we don't do SEO. We don't build websites. It's the social media enhancement piece for these business owners. Because if you go and see what Patrick and I do with Two Native Sons with Jasper, and we do have a couple other partnerships in the work. So time to Patrick just to see how quickly and what's happening. It blows our mind because when we started this idea with Two Native Sons, it was, have you thought about writing a book? And now looking where we're at and seeing the impact and hearing people just resonate with it, it's a beautiful thing. And so got some partnerships in the work that excited for that. And it's exciting to hear those individuals come on and be like, yeah, I see what you guys are doing. Really want to be able to give back. And so as these partnerships go deeper and deeper, man, it's a beautiful thing. Love it. But tomorrow we will be highlighting our newest sponsor for Two Native Sons. And so that will be, we're meeting up with the individual and their shop at 10 tomorrow morning. And so we'll be live streaming that to introduce the newest sponsor. And that was given out of the heart of somebody, out of somebody's kindness. They covered the sponsorship for that individual. And oh man, it's amazing to see people wanting to help, just to see the drive and the passion that people have. And as you're tuning in, hashtag live, if you're catching this on the replay, hashtag replay. But as it's going with the streamer Cypher, it's again a solo one. But if you pop in, give comments. Let's hear. If there's something that you want to talk about, throw it in there. Let's go. Make this more interactive because that's a beautiful thing with the live piece is the interaction piece. People can tune in, leave comments. And so it just makes it a more interactive piece instead of me just sitting here just talking to the screen, which we already know I'm okay with that. So we'll do what I need to. But it's one of those things that if you got a question, if there's something on your heart, anything of that nature, don't hesitate to drop a comment. And then as you can see here in the screen, we do highlight the other 2 platforms. So this is, we're streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. And so we have the YouTube channel for Two Native Sons, the Twitch channel. For the YouTube channel, go like, subscribe, follow that to help us grow. And we do have some goals with the YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers. And so you as our supporters, those that support what we're doing, that would truly greatly help us out to grow and hit that milestone that we would like to accomplish. But we can't do that on our own. Honestly, I can't go create, well, maybe I could, but that would be a lot of headache and a lot of work that's not needed, is creating unnecessary emails. But yeah, no, it's unique because when you see those type of milestones that people hit, especially with 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, it's not the individual. Like for myself and Patrick, we bring the content, we create the content, we do different things, but ultimately to hit that, it's a community effort. And so we are only 2 individuals, along with the support of Jasper and everybody else, but we can only do so much. And so it does help out in regards to be able to expand our reach, expand and reach more people, share the message and whatnot. But yeah, it's just because if you stick with it and you just go and do it, things happen. And too many people overthink different things. It is so unique when you see individuals overthink a situation that's very simple. And I'm going through a challenge right now, a 7-day course for building a business, for a coaching business. And it's just one of those unique things that what's spoken in there, there are phrases in there that really needs to resonate. So today, the one phrase that was utilized that has stuck out is this of ready, fire, aim. And think about that. A lot of times it's you get on the firing line. So if you've been in the military, you have to go weapons qual on the M16, M9 and whatnot, M4, whatever it is. They'll be like ready, aim, fire. And so the quote here, the phrase is ready. So get ready, fire. So start shooting away, aim. And so you're listening, you're like, that makes no sense. Like, what if I miss the target? Okay, cool. If you miss the target, then you pivot. You do what you need to. But so many people overthink it. It's such a simple thing. If you've got an idea, you've got a vision, you've got something that you want to accomplish, man, go and do it. And so that's one of those things that with Two Native Sons, it is the piece of helping people jumpstart to go after their passions, after their dreams. Instead of sitting there and thinking about 50,000 different ways, it's like, no, start going down the path. And then when you get to the fork, you do what you need to. You make the pivots. But so many people are so quick to try to pivot when an obstacle pops up, when they overcome or they come up to a challenge. It's like, we got to pivot now. No, it's like, bust, go, run through that obstacle, run through the challenge, and think about being the Kool-Aid man. You know, the Kool-Aid man, the old cartoons where he busts through the wall and be like, oh, yeah. Same thing here. Go bust through that challenge, through that obstacle, whatever it is. And if it happens that this challenge that you're trying to bust through is made of rubber and you run in and you hit it and you bounce back and you're falling down, and you're like, oh, no, I'm down. Like, get up and figure out a way. So it sounds like if it's rubber, maybe we got to go grab a knife and stab it and have that airflow pop out and whatnot. But man, go do something. Ooh, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, ready, fire, aim. Go do. That's the biggest thing is just go do it. Because if not, you end up having regret. It's interesting because as we have the heartbreak occur, because heartbreak's a natural aspect of life, that's where, this is the wrong thing, I'm looking up something here. But heartbreak's part of that growth process. The heartbreak is going to break you down, but it's going to force you to level up, and it's going to force you to overcome. It's part of your hero's journey. And one of the individuals I follow, he runs the Journey Intensive. He's a co-founder of that. And he had sent out a text yesterday. Let me see if I have it here. That's not it. Here we go. And I find this interesting. And so the text is, feelings don't disappear because you ignore them. So think about that. How many of you have these feelings that are arising, and maybe it's heartbreak, I don't know, maybe it's anger, you're trying to ignore them? Why are you trying to ignore them? And so it's like a guy, we as guys, we suck with our emotions. Man up. Well, forget the emotions, you better man up. No, like, emotions are part of who you are. Emotions are just part of being human. But we have these people who are like, you better man up. It's like, if I punch you in the face and then in the nose, what's going to happen? Probably get angry. Well, you got to man up. Forget that anger. You might want to start crying. Oh, you better man up. Forget those tears. No, it's part of that stuff. So, yeah, so don't assume that they're going to disappear because you're ignoring them. Like children, they will only grow louder. Own your feelings. It's only after you've allowed yourself to feel that they will begin to dissolve, flow through you like wind and water. Finally, leave the room. The more you try to ignore or suppress them, the longer they will stay inside you. This is how resentment builds. This is when you use shame to emotionally cut ourselves. Man, and that's John Kim. He calls himself the angry therapist. But it's a powerful thing because for whatever reason, emotions get pushed to the back burner. And if you're building a business, if you got a dream and you end up crashing or missing the target and you have the emotions arise, embrace them. Don't try to push them to the side and say, oh, they don't exist. Because then that's not going to allow you to grow. That's not going to allow you to progress and reach the next level, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do and whatnot. And man, it's one of those things that are you showing up as your true self, or are you showing up as your pseudo self? Because, and this is the thing when I look at it, and I've talked about it, the aspect of social media as a business owner, man, it's one of those things to really show your human side. It's to show the humanity and allow people to connect with who you are. But we've got people that are so scared to do it because of the stupid judgment piece. And so I look at this as you're already being judged. You're judging yourself. And so you need to tell the damn ego you need to punch yourself in the face, not physically, unless you want to. It's okay. But you need to go punch ego in the face. You need to go in there and do some mental jiu-jitsu and go choke out the damn ego and tell it to sit down. But that can be a scary thing because you don't want to confront that. You don't want to be aware of what's going on. You don't want to see what's taking place because now you've got to go battle those dragons inside of you. You got to go battle that mental ogre that's there, that's getting ready to club you over the head with the dang log that they found in the swamp that's in your head. And so, yeah, go do it. And so as you're building, this is the power of masterminds. This is the power of working together. So I was talking to Garrett tonight, hours ago, and he was talking about the fact that as you're going through a program, whatever it is, coaching program, a course building program, building a business and whatnot, bring your friends along with you, especially your friends that are looking for change, your friends that are ready to do something big. Because the thing is, when we get excited about something, we want to share it with people. And so really that helps to reduce the excitement, because have you seen people when they're super excited, they just can't get it out? They're like, ah! It's like I think it's Beavis or whatnot off of Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, and all this craziness. You're like, settle down. But then you're trying to tell them to settle down, and they got that excitement. And the only way to really get that excitement to settle down is to go share it with other people. And so I think that's one of those things that when you're building a business, if you've had a win, if something's come up and you're excited about it, go share it. Go get other people excited. Careful of the crabs in the bucket. The people that dream small, if you share it with them, they may try to rip you down and whatnot. But no, go share your excitement. Share your wins, but also share your struggles, share your challenges. Bring people along, because you may be facing something right now that maybe somebody else has dealt with before. And by sharing that challenge that you're dealing with, that obstacle that you have to overcome, it's a beautiful thing, because you may find somebody that resonates with you that has gone through that before and says, hey, let's sit down and let's game plan. Let's brainstorm here to figure out what we can do, to figure out what may be the next step that's taking place. And again, anybody that's watching this, I see there's 2 people viewing this right now. I don't know who you are, but if you leave a hashtag live, great. Anybody that's catching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Any aha moments that you have, leave here. Let's hear and see the comments that you have. But also, if you're watching this right now and there's something that's in your brain percolating, put that in the comment section. Let's see what's going on, because that only makes this more interesting. Let's see what's going on and whatnot. If not, that's cool. We already know. But it's interesting, because one of the things that Patrick and I have started doing with 2 Native Sons, and it's the phenomenon that's starting to take place. If you go watch, a lot of people are getting into this. It's Pokemon cards. So it's one thing I told Patrick. I was like, I'm just going to unwrap a couple of packs and whatnot, because this is an avenue that it's a way for us to potentially give back to people, because we know people have kids that love this. And so we do want to give back, and it's just another way. But also, if you've seen Pokemon cards, there are cards out there that are worth quite a bit of money. And it's another avenue for just to have fun, because Patrick and I grew up baseball cards, sports cards, and whatnot. Opening up packs is unique. But it's one of these things that you're like, dude, you're freaking 34 years old and you got Pokemon cards. Yeah. So what? This is something just fun to do and whatnot, and very interesting. And it's just fun. It really is. So it's one of those things that if you've got a hobby that people think you're crazy about having, so be it. Pokemon cards, people be like, man, this is cardboard. These are cardboard cards. The crazy thing about this is you've got some individuals that will buy these pack arts, and they'll spend money for empty packs. I've seen boxes for cards that are empty, and people are selling for $100. So this is the thing. You can always find different things out there that people are interested in buying. And you might be like, this is so silly. But that's the thing in regards with when I look at it, because as you're editing, so that's one of those things that as podcasting, and this past episode for my latest podcast with The Journey Beyond Divorce, that audio was not the greatest quality. So I had to go edit it, which was very unique, because I usually don't edit the audio. I just throw it out there, raw, real, uncut. There we go. But this one, that would not have turned out well. So it's interesting, because the application that I was utilizing to edit the audio is Audacity. And listening to professionals that have been doing podcasting for quite a bit of time, they actually talked about the fact that these professional editors that you're sending your audio file to have them do the work and put forth their skill, the applications that they're utilizing, you got people that are paying these editors a platform that you could potentially utilize yourself. But it gets into this point when I look at it, because right now trying to build everything. We're trying to build the business. It's growing. It's coming along and whatnot. But you bootstrap. You try to find different ways to just do the damn shit and do what you need to. And so it's very interesting. But it's unique because it does allow you to learn a new skill. It allows you to enhance what you can do as an individual and expand your mind, expand your mental capabilities. It's a beautiful thing. And so I was joking with Patrick. I was like, I truly enjoy it. So maybe that's something that we do on the side where if people are podcasting, they're like, I don't want to edit this. You can send me the file. I'll do it for you. Be some money and whatnot. But it's because I'm allowing you to go leverage your time to go do something else that you enjoy. Some people do not like editing. It's one of those things that takes some time. It's a unique aspect and whatnot. And so as I'm going through these cards and I'm talking here and whatnot, anybody that plays Pokemon, the online game and whatnot, I'll post this to the Instagram page for Two Native Sons, but you can take that, go utilize it. I don't care. This is the other thing too, that people will sell these cards in regards to people, and they're making money on these. And so it's one of those things that supply and demand. If people are buying them, cool. You've got people that are wanting to do it. But yeah, it's like I said, this is interesting because you've got grown people that are playing with Pokemon cards. It's okay. It's fun. It's unique. And so I look at it because we had done a live stream with an unboxing, and we do have bigger boxes that me and Patrick have to get together. But it's unique because I had brought up the fact as you're looking at these cards, that if you're lacking creativity, then go pull a Pokemon card deck and get some creativity, get some ideas flowing and whatnot. And I look at it because with the personal development, working on my mindset really has opened up the aspect to be more creative. I was probably the last person that ever was creative. Arts, all that fun stuff, writing wasn't my forte. But now doing different things, it really has opened up the door where I'm doing creative aspects that I thought I would never find myself in. So yeah, as we're going through, we got energy. And so we got leaf energy. I don't know what it is. But it's one of those things that it kind of goes with the saying that was the first day of the business building challenge for coaches. Rob Dahl actually had said a quote that really resonated. And he has stated that the best teachers are still learning and the best healers are still healing. And so think about that. The best teachers are still learning. And that's one of those things that it's getting into things that normally you want to get into. And so with the Pokemon cards, they have the tournaments. You can go play decks and whatnot. I don't know how it works, but it's one of those things that I've never played. But it's you can go and expand your mind and do some different things. And so this one's a skunk tank. Damn skunk. Skunk Pokemon. Yeah, like I told you, you have this aspect where if you're lacking creativity, go grab a pack of Pokemon cards and you'll start getting things fired up and things that will wire around and whatnot. And so there's some things that I've got to type to Patrick in regards to collection points, because there are, like I said, certain cards out there that are worth a lot. And one of the things that we want to do is, of course, cards we're not going to keep, we'll give them out. I've seen people do mystery packs and whatnot. But the more expensive cards that can bring in income, part of our strategy is having that income coming in, put some of it towards the business, but also set some of it to the side to give back to small businesses. One of the things that we've talked about as a company with Two Native Sons is, as we're growing our community, we're going to open up the door for our community to be able to give back, to donate, and then we'll match those donations and then present a check to a small business in the local area. But we also have plans to expand to be in the whole U.S. And so this is the thing. It's not just Colorado based, but we do have, because of, shout out to Jasper again, with her reach, she's got different individuals. And so it does allow us to tap into other markets. And so, like I said, I've got to give a shout out to Jasper, just what she's done for us and helping out 2NS. And it allows us to be able to do these different type of things. So the Dreamer Cypher, and we push with this because it allows people to come on and be true to themselves, show up and not have to do anything that they have to be their fake self, because too many people are going through life having to show up as their fake self. They can't be their true self. And so with this platform, we open it up where it's just discussions, business discussions, life discussions people are having, but people are scared to have them because they feel like they're going to be judged. With us as hosts, it allows people to come on. We don't leave anything off the table. You can go listen to other Dreamer Cyphers that we have and get an idea of the conversations that we have. We don't leave anything off the table. And then we don't tell individuals that are coming on that this is what we're going to talk about. You cannot talk about this. No, screw that. Let's have an open discussion. Let's have these open dialogues, because it creates that space. People know that, okay, it's cool. Scott and Patrick, Two Native Sons, is open. It's a safe space and whatnot. So next card here is Full Heal. So yep. As you're watching this, if there's any cards, anything like that you see, reach out. Certain cards, like I said, we'll end up keeping and whatnot. Sonia, so yeah, trainer cards, all that fun stuff. Here we go. Appeline. It's an Apple Core Pokemon. I told you, if you're lacking on creativity, freaking go grab a pack of Pokemon cards, and you shouldn't be lacking on creativity and whatnot. Tadpole. Yeah, look, see, tadpoles. Look, we got tadpoles, and Patrick was joking that the Japanese make cute little things that could kill you and whatnot. But it's one of those things that I was looking. Let me see. There was something that stuck out, and I think it was from today's talk. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not for sure. The fact that, man, we get to the point where, no, it was this yesterday. On self versus on purpose. So right now, are you trying to do something, but you're getting stuck because you're like, well, what are they going to think? What are they going to say? What judgment's going to come up? Well, hold on here. You're on self. You've got a purpose in life, but if you're worried about what people are thinking, you're on self, and you're missing out on a great opportunity to go fulfill your purpose and go impact a lot of people, because you have a purpose, whatever that is. Everybody's got a different purpose. But the thing is, that purpose is meant to go be shared with the world, because especially with what's going on right now, people need people. One of the very sad statistics yesterday, Rob had talked about, from last year to now, depression has gone up 300%. That right there, 300% increase in depression, man, that people aren't getting the support that they need. They're not reaching out. They're not building those groups and whatnot. So it's a sad thing when you hear that. Depression up by 300%. And it's shocking. And it's like, okay, what can you do as an individual that you can go and make somebody's day? What can you do to go brighten up that day that maybe somebody's having a bad day for whatever reason? You don't know. Go up and say hello. Go up and compliment somebody on their shoes, whatever it is. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta be careful. You might go compliment a woman, be like, "Hey, your hair is nice." She'll be like, "What'd you say?" One of those things, whatnot. But you have the power to go impact the life of somebody else, to go make a difference. So get the damn spotlight off of yourself and go put it on other people. Go see what you can do. That's part of the foundation with 2NS is, how can we go help these small businesses? What can we do to get them seen? What can we do to get their story out there? What can we do that they're not thinking about? Or maybe they're hesitant about doing it because it's not a normal thing. And so that's one of the things that Patrick and I, we had done a live. When was that? That was about 3 months ago. We were at Firehouse Barbecue on the Go, I believe, in Black Forest. And we had asked the owner if she wanted to come join on the live. She said no. And we were like, all right, that's cool. But it's proof right there that you've got people that are scared for whatever reason to go do a live. I don't know. I do have a slight idea that because you don't know who's on the other, don't know who's viewing, because right now there's 2 viewers. I don't know who that is. Hopefully you're laughing at me, or hopefully this is your fan. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you just never know. And so the thing is, people get scared because they don't know what other people are thinking. They see the other side. They don't have an audience to play off of and whatnot. Okay, but you know what? This prepares you that you practice in not in front of people, but see them. When you get in front of people, it's going to be so much simpler. It's going to be so much easier to do because you do this. People are thinking. Next one that we have here is Trubbish. This is, like I told you, trash bag Pokemon. So if you're lacking on creativity, like this right here proves that you can get creative with whatever. Yeah, so something that you just have to kind of think about, kind of stick it out and whatnot. But what are you doing? Are you on self or are you on purpose? Are you fulfilling your purpose, and are you pushing regardless of the obstacles? Are you pushing regardless of the judgment? Because we're already judged 100% of the time. So how are you showing up? What are you doing different? My biggest thing is the biggest judgment factor that's coming into place is ourself. We are our biggest downfall because we judge ourselves. We are our biggest blocker to what's taking place because of our thoughts, because of our limiting beliefs, because we're scared, because Uncle Bob down by the river in the van has told you can't do it because he didn't do it, or he saw Sally's sister try to do it and it didn't work out. And so because that meant it didn't work out for her, it means everybody's not going to have it work out for them. Screw that shit. Punch him in the face. I don't care. We have these Hippolyta, whatever it is, some flying raptor thing here. So I don't know. Like I told you, if you're lacking on creativity, man, you better go figure it out. Honage, a sword Pokemon. Like I'm telling you, if you're missing it, you better go grab a pack and whatnot. But it's, man, what are you doing to fulfill your purpose? What is your purpose? You know what your purpose is? You have a slight idea and you're resisting it because you're scared of what other people are going to think? Or are you resisting it because if you don't pursue it, that means you won't be judged because you haven't gone after it? And a lot of times people don't play big because if they back out and they're like, well, if I don't go after it, that means people aren't going to judge me. So it's the reason people play small. So what are you doing right now? Are you going out there and really going to do something different? Are you going to chase you after your passion? Are you going to go do and fulfill your dream, whatever that is? Yeah, so it's one of those unique aspects that are you doing it? And so for next week, I believe we were supposed to do it this week, but life happens, which is all cool. So next week for the Dreamer Cypher, we'll have our guest co-host will be Gary Vanderpool, who runs Design Your Life store down in the Chapel Hills Mall. He's done some work for myself and Patrick with Two Native Sons with our merchandise, but to hear his story and to hear what he has overcome, his life, his story, I was like, man, what you're sharing, people need to hear this. People need to see the family behind the business, because that business is a family-ran business. Him and his wife are great individuals. I know they have big dreams for the community with their space that they're creating. So the cool thing is next week when we do the Dreamer Cypher, we'll actually be down in his store doing the live stream with him and being able to allow him to share his story and just get that out so people know. And so it's a beautiful thing with that piece to be able to have people come on, share their story, get that out there, and really have the connection piece take place, build those relationships, and just make a big difference and whatnot. We have a Volibee, which this is a peppered. This is like a pigeon in a damn egg that hasn't hashed all the way. I don't know. So good times here. And then the last one is Snorlax. It's the rare, but it's nothing special about it. No hollow, nothing of that nature. So, but like I said, as this is going on the replay, if you're watching it, any cards that you may see, let us know and whatnot. But yeah, this is just part of the business piece. It's not really business. It's more just having fun. And that's the thing that really, when I look at it, the aspect of being able to do things outside of the business venture, outside of the business world, have fun, impact the lives of others, and just do things that you normally wouldn't think about, because we could be like, man, people are going to judge us. All right, that's cool. You can judge us. We're having fun. It's funny because you go watch the last video that we did with unpacking, and Patrick's clueless, but he started picking up as we went through and whatnot. But it was fun, just the community, and just to hear people give their comment, and just to see his community that he's built. And he's talked about it. Like, there's individuals off of Twitch that he hasn't been on there in quite some time, and his community still shows up. And that's the power of that community and whatnot. And so that's something that also we've talked about bridging, is that digital aspect with the Twitch community, and bringing over the real life stuff and bridging it, because that community is so supportive. And so it's another avenue as we're building our community and doing different things to impact our local community, but also outside of the Springs market, outside of Colorado, and Go and other people. That is another avenue to build that continuity, having that community, and they give back, and then it allows us to give back. So it's just one of those different aspects of just something to think about, something to consider. And I think as you're going through the piece of just your mindset. So Rob had talked about a confused mind says no. Think about that. If you're like, I would want to do this, but you have so much going on, you have other people speaking into you, you have this craziness of people are like, oh, that ain't going to work, you ain't going to succeed, anything like that. It's going to confuse you. And then you're going to say no. You're going to end up giving up and stop doing what you want to do. And so that's where you've got to get that clear mind, really understand what you're going after, your drive, your passion, and go and do it. Forget what people are going to say. Like I said, you're already judged 100% of the time, so screw it. Just go do it. Show up big, go out and play and whatnot. But yeah, so just excited. Next week will be myself, Patrick, Gary, and I think we may have one other guest. We've got a resident check with them, and I know Patrick said he was going to reach out to them and whatnot. But it'll be exciting, just because. Just to showcase the story of other people, have them share their story, get the platform, and really get out there and do something different, because it comes down to the whole unscripted aspect. We just have conversations, and we don't hold anything back. So we got to go ahead, as we've done. There's been a couple episodes that we haven't ran through, which is okay. But the favorite tool that I have, which is Poddex. One of those things that we highly suggest that if you're a content creator, you do lives, you stream, people on Twitch. Actually, Travis Brown, who created Poddex, he actually had somebody take a screenshot of a gamer on Twitch that was using Poddex to create engagement and get people talking and doing some different things. And so excited for that. And let me go ahead and pull up the Poddex app here as it's thinking. But again, if you're watching this live, hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Any aha moments that stuck out, share them. Anything that resonated with you, love to hear it. Love to see what resonated with you. Anything that maybe you didn't agree with, I'd love to hear that too. You know, difference of opinions. That's the beautiful thing of being a human is we each have our own opinions. And so let's hear them. It's just another great way to have a conversation, but also to see if there's something that maybe we're not seeing. Maybe we don't view it because we haven't had that experience or we haven't looked at it that way. And so it's just another avenue to build the conversation piece, to have those conversations. But let's see here. So the newest deck that came out was hypothetical questions. And let's run through here a couple of them. Let's see here. So this question here. If someone offered you $10,000 every time they punched you in the face, how many times would you want to be hit? So it depends who is going to be punching me in the face. If it's Mike Tyson in his prime, I would not take a punch to the face one time. But let me see. How many times would you want to be hit in the face? Let's go ahead and say we'll do 10 for even $100,000. That's some punishment there, depending on who's punching you. But it could be one of those things that it's like, no, if I ain't getting punched in the face, I don't care if $10,000 on the line each time I get hit. It's one of these things you're like, what do I need for money? We've done some crazy stuff before, and we do have some stuff in the works in regards for Patrick and I with some different pieces just to have fun. So this, we haven't talked about this. This hasn't come up, so I don't know if we'd ever do that route. Have mouthpieces, and are we going to have headgear on just to kind of reduce the brain damage that may take place? If you could go back in time and give your parents advice before you were born, what advice would you give them? Oh, man. Because of when you look at it, the fact that a lot of times the paradigms that we have, the belief that we have is based on previous generations from parents. And so I think that's one of those things that if I could go back in time and be like, hey, the paradigm that you have, that's yours. Leave that to you. Let me develop and have my own paradigm. But that's the thing. It's a baby. So, but I think that would be it. Or the fact of love yourself, complete yourself. Other people are there as a complementary piece. That would be another one, just because that's been something that I've been huge on in regards with talking to people. The fact that the relationship that we have to work on is a relationship with ourselves. We've got to complete that relationship to be whole. And I look at it because I was talking to somebody yesterday, and if we would really complete ourselves and love ourselves and we were complete, imagine the impact that that would have on other people. So if you are an owner of your own business, what would it do for your business if you truly completed yourself, you loved yourself, and you were able to fully pour into people because you loved yourself and the other people were complementary pieces? What would that do for your business? What would that do for your culture? It would be huge. But it's a shift in mind. It's a shift in how you see things. It's a shift in your belief system, which is one of those things that for change to occur. And so coaches, that's where coaching comes into play. That's the power of a coach, is helping you go through and make that change. But this is the thing. You are your own hero. You're your own expert. You know what's best for you. And so you've got to go through this hero journey. That person go through that journey for you. You've got to do. You've got to overcome those challenges. You've got to go slay the dragon. Come back. You'll be beat up, bruised, burnt a little bit. It's okay. But you'll come back a different person. You'll come back with growth and progression. And so that would be two of the different things that if I could go back in time. But it's all good. You live and learn. And so it's one of those things that I've got kids. And now with what I'm working on, what I'm doing things differently. So that's all you can do is live and learn. If you were tasked with making school more fun, but it still had to be effective at teaching students, what would you change? I'd end up having more like movement movement pieces, more recess, getting the body to really move, because it's hard when you're trying to learn something and you're constantly sitting down. You've got to get that movement because it stimulates your brain differently, and it gets you to open up and receive. And so that would be the thing, is let's get more movement in there. Also, I think the other thing is looking and finding what really interests the students and get them going that way, and allow them to go explore and learn and go develop those skills, because it's going to set them up to do what they want, but also be a more productive member of society, because they've been shaping their skills, they've been working on it, they've been enhancing it, they've been doing whatever. So that's what I would do. If you could be invisible, but it would mean being permanently invisible, would you want? Oh my goodness. If you could be invisible, but it would mean being permanently invisible, would you want to? Would you want to be? I would have to say no. If you think about it, invisibility would probably be cool, but if you became permanently invisible, yeah, no, that wouldn't be cool. So I enjoy being seen, enjoy being present. So I wouldn't go that route. But if it was where it was just temporary, you could go invisible, then yeah, I think everybody would do that. But I think a lot of people would be like, no, if I have to be permanently invisible, I ain't going invisible. So yeah, it's unique. Thank you, Travis Brown, for creating pod decks, for getting these questions and having it looked at differently and thought of differently and whatnot. And let's see here, one more. Let's see, philosophy. Let's see what we have come up with philosophy here. Is there freedom in creativity and art in the modern age? Is there freedom in creativity and art in the modern age? I believe, honestly, when you look at it, the creativity part and the art part, it does allow an individual to become free, because the creativity part allows you just to express and have that freedom to express yourself. And some of the art stuff that we've seen, there was a piece where it was a banana duct taped to a wall, and that became it's like, man, that was a banana duct taped to the wall. It was a huge hit. So there's freedom. So somebody's like, yeah, man, let's see what goes on with this one. Banana and duct tape taped to the wall. But you know what? The art piece, the creativity piece, really, people need to tap into that more, because that's a piece that gets you thinking differently, looking at things differently, viewing things differently. And it really just creates that freedom, because with the art piece, we've had Q on here before, and he's working on his music, and just to hear just what it does for him to work on music. And then when he shares that music with people, to hear him share how they brighten up, they have a huge smile on one eye. It's huge when you think about that. And the freedom that can have to be able to impact people in a different light is humongous. And so just some things to think about, but ultimately just things are moving. But are you doing things on self or on purpose? If you're going after being on purpose, you're going to be happy. You're going to be excited. And so that's just part of 2NS. What Patrick and I with Jasper, Mike Marquez, and then our partnerships that are starting to come up and whatnot, it's beautiful. And so to be able to help other people, to express, to share their story, to get out there, and to be able to give themselves grace, but also understand there's greatness in them. It's a beautiful thing. And so that we're just driven on that to really impact the lives of others, to go and make that impact and do something different that a lot of people aren't doing, which is okay. But we've talked about it. Our goal as a business is to impact 1 billion people, and then to become $1 billion enterprise. And so that's big numbers. But through the building of community, building of the relationships, that's the only way to accomplish. That's the only way we're going to be able to do it. And so I know myself and Patrick would resonate with this. we truly do want to thank everybody for the support that you're showing, for the backing that people are providing us. Just the hearing the different stories and just seeing people come to life and the excitement that we see by just working with people. It's a great thing. But Patrick and I, we couldn't do it ourselves. Honestly, we could not. This is a community effort. This is a team effort. And it was just the vision and the dream that we had. We just threw it out there and we ran and chased after it, but started finding people that dream big too, that want to do some big things, want to make huge change and whatnot. And so ultimately, for big things to happen, it does take a community. It takes a team effort and whatnot. But if you guys are watching this on the replay, catching it on the replay, if you have any questions, you've got stuff on your mind, your heart, you've got a vision, and you just don't know how to get there, reach out to Patrick and I, reach out to our team. You can send us a message on the Two Native Sons Facebook page. You can write a message on this video saying, hey, I'd like to talk, send me a PM or whatever that is. Do that. But yeah, don't wait another day. The sooner you can start working on this, the sooner you can chase it, the sooner it comes to life, whatever that looks like. Because maybe you have an idea, you go chase it, and it gets to the end result, and you're like, this is not how I saw it, but you did it. You're going to be excited. You're going to be ecstatic that you went after it. And sometimes the end results aren't what we imagined, which is okay. Such is life. And so it's just one of those things. But again, thank you guys for your time. Any aha moments that you took away from this, anything that resonated with you, leave a comment. Love to hear that. Patrick would love to hear that. I know it allows us to have that engagement. It's a beautiful thing. Also, like we've shared too, as we're building the different channels, the YouTube channel, this is streamed to YouTube. Yeah, the Two Native Sons YouTube channel. All we ask is that you go like, subscribe, follow, share it with other individuals that you know that could benefit from the messages, the stories that we're sharing. But like I said, we have a goal with this to hit 100,000 subscribers with it, but then of course to increase that. So the only way that's going to happen is by you, our community, with your support, going in and supporting us. So all we ask is that you go like, subscribe, and follow the channel. And then with Twitch, anybody on Twitch, go find the Two Native Sons channel for Twitch. Help us grow that and allow us to reach more people. So again, thank you guys for your time. We appreciate it. We'll be here next Wednesday with a new Dreamer Cypher. Patrick, myself, Gary, and then maybe one other host and whatnot. But looking forward to coming on and being here next week. So other than that, you guys have a great week. We'll catch you guys next weekend. All right. Peace.